This video is about a road trip through some beautiful places. Of course, there's a lot of driving in all kinds of different conditions, all with a goal in mind. If you've missed travel as much as I have, come and join me on this journey.
Hey everybody, I'm just outside the house that we've been renting for the past 4 months. It's real early in the morning, almost 6 a.m. and I'm about to begin a long journey which will hopefully end up in something that I've been dreaming about ever since the pandemic began, something that has been keeping me focused and sane. Now, as I said, the journey is very long, so I don't want to waste any time, and I'll see you in a bit.
It's always hard to leave my girls, even if it is just for a short while. But the journey will be long and I'll just be sleeping in the car during my stops. So we've decided that I'll go alone. I'm not meant to be gone for much time anyway. I don't know if I've driven any road in my life as many times as I've driven this road here. It takes me through the region of 𝗖𝗿𝗄𝗺. I'm going out of the region for the first time in a long while.
Just got my fuel, I'm ready to go. I'm about to leave this beautiful area behind me. Well, just a little bit. I like to stop here because the views, when it's clear, are always stunning. Gonna keep going. Now I'm passing the beautiful Lake 𝗖𝗿𝗄𝗺. The last time that I was here, it wasn't so green. Now it's really green.
I try to drive as many rural roads as I can. They remind me of how some people still live in normality, even during the pandemic. I'll be far from this normality soon enough, and unfortunately I can't stay on the rural roads for long. The going here is just too slow and the distance that I've got to cover is just too long. I'm going to Lima, the capital of Peru. There, I'm gonna finish something that I started 4 months ago. Something that'll radically change our lives, for the better, hopefully. The road to Lima is full of twists and turns. You can expect the weather to change at any moment. Along the way, there are countless nondescript villages and some towns that are very forgettable. In the mountains, even on the highways, the going is slow. So every minute of daylight is precious. I don't even have time to get out of the car to document much of my journey.
I was hoping to get to a familiar place tonight, somewhere that where I know where to park the car for the night and have a good night's sleep, but it really doesn't look like I'm going to make it there. I'm just going to have to find something along the road. My only criteria is that it's not at too high of an altitude, because it's going to be freezing if it's too high. Anything below 3,500 meters, below that, is going to be fine. Hey, pardon this quick interjection, but I just had to let you know. 2 of my courses are currently on sale, the one on travel photography and the one on photo processing, along with all of the presets. It's a pretty huge sale because normally you would pay
$250 if you were to get them separately. Now you pay just $69.97 for the two of them. You could say that the theme of this video is going after your dreams. I'm certainly going after my dreams in the video. Your dream for the moment might be to simply get out there and to start making photos again. Or it might be to grow as a photographer. Whatever it is, as long as it's something related, these courses will be super useful. The huge sale will last for about a month. So that's about it. Pardon the interjection again, but I am my own sponsor, so I just had to let you know. Back to the main video now. I passed through more nondescript villages, past more beautiful landscapes and endless greenery. The rain doesn't seem to be getting any quieter. And instead of going down, I keep climbing in altitude.
I am at 4,400 meters almost, so not ideal place to spend the night. It'd be freezing. I've got about an hour left until it gets dark. I'd like to find a place before dark. If not, I'm gonna have to do the best with what I have found.
The road takes me even higher. Those snow peaks, which seemed so far just moments ago, are now within reach. Suddenly, the snow is on the sides of the road. Moments later, it's on the road. I have to slow down. It's that sloshy, slippery type of snow. A wrong move here will send the car spiraling out of control. When the snow is finally gone, I'm faced with a new dilemma. The sun has set.
It's almost completely dark now, and I am still to find a spot to spend the night. It's way too high here. I don't mind this part of adventure, but I always prefer to avoid it whenever I can, because I've already had a few close calls.
Mountain roads are nothing to mess around with, especially at high altitude where the weather can change at any moment and when you're in complete darkness. The occasional passing cars are the only sources of light for miles. There's another addition to my adventure. I'm in really thick fog.
This might be the thickest fog that I've ever been in the dark. I'm pretty close to the next town called 𝗖𝗄𝗄, and over there I'm gonna fill up some fuel and hopefully drive even further down where it's gonna be warmer. I just wanted to arrive somewhere, relatively early to find a nice place. Now I can't even see like 3 meters in front of me.
It seemed like I'd never get out of that fog. Then, finally, the lights of 𝗖𝗄𝗄. Time to get some fuel, and I'm really tired.
Sí, bien lleno, por favor. I talked to the guy at the station just to find out how many hours it was to Nazca, which is sort of more flat land, relatively speaking at least. Still a while, it's still very far. And then if I go further on the way, there's a part of the road which also goes up, so I'm just gonna look for something real close to here, spend the night, and be ready for the journey again tomorrow. I think I've driven for, how long have I driven for? For about 13 hours today. I'm ready to call it a day.
So that's where I stayed for the night, huh? Didn't get the best sleep in the world, but good enough to keep going. I'm not too far from the road, so I don't know, sometimes I get woken up by these trucks in the distance and the high beams of some of the cars, but hey, great, keep going.
Today, if all goes right, I'll be leaving the greenery of the mountains behind for the desert. No country has made me appreciate the diversity of our world as much as Peru. This diversity is what makes it so incredibly exciting to be traveling around here. Within less than just a couple of hours, the vegetation gives way to stones. The mountains disappear and the winding road becomes a straight one. I am passing through the high mountain plains of 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗄. This is the final mountain pass before I begin my descent into 𝗧𝗿𝗂𝗃, into the desert. It's worth stopping to appreciate just how much the scenery around me has changed. I'm on the outskirts of the desert of 𝗧𝗿𝗃, and I'm still always stunned by just how different this landscape is, this really dry landscape, to the one which I just came from in the mountains. It was green, raining, and here it's dry. The landscape looks sun-bleached, just two completely different worlds. Always a little bit mind-boggling for me when I go from one place into the other. I'm now almost in the town of 𝗧𝗃𝗃, and once I reach there, that'll mean that I'm over the halfway point to Lima. So, time to keep going. So the traffic in 𝗧𝗃𝗃 is pretty full on, as if there isn't any pandemic. Except there are probably no tourists, well, at least certainly no foreign tourists, but maybe some local ones if they're still having the flights over the 𝗧𝗃𝗃 lines. I'm gonna check out if a cafe where we ate about a year ago is still open. It was a pretty decent little place. Surprisingly, it's open. They renamed it because, what was it called? It was called La Maison Blanche. So I suppose not many people, not many locals would dig that. So they changed it to Manashana Cafe Restaurant. Well, the strawberry juice is still alright, so a bit of a stop and off I go again. My stop for the night will be in the desert of Ica, but that is a story for the next time.